Welcome back, welcome back. Shout out to the wolves. Salute to the ninjas. I'm going for a little walkity walk, go get some cigarettes, and had a little disturbance in my building. And I'm trying to think to myself, like, what the fuck? Like, people really get stuck in like their childhood or this teenage mind or whatever this adolescence, whatever word you want to call it, young man behavior. That way nobody can, it's still gonna feel bad. But it shouldn't. You should just mature a little bit, you know? And I was thinking to myself, I was like, what did I say? I said 500, like, 1,000 years ago. Could you imagine what half of these people, what would they be doing? Like, when I look out in the world, I see a lot of good working people, people that may not like their jobs, people that may not do their jobs good, but they fucking get the fuck up and go, you know? And the wolf guard can salute that shit. Because you're a peasant. That's what I said. I said, these fucking guys are peasants. And then I said, no, they're not. They're lower than peasants. They live off of peasants' money. And then that's what made me say, yo, if it was 1,000 years ago, would the peasants of that time, like, they'd be like, wait up, you get money because of what? I should give you some of the money because you have a disability. My uncle got one arm and he's still, like, farming and shit. Fuck you talking about? My aunt got one leg, dog. Grandma blind or some shit, you know? And they're still working. They're still doing things. Now, for some people, you may have a real bad disability that really forbids you from doing a lot of different labors. And I can understand that. There's a lot of different, I guess, diseases, if you want to call it that, and then all this other brain stuff, and dysfunction this, and mental this, and I forgot exactly where I was, but, peasants, and how, back in the day, there's not too much new under the sun, so, I'm sure people had things wrong with them. I'm sure, oh yeah, there was that community thing. Community still took care of you. If your community was strong, They didn't really have, maybe all the systems in play that we have now. That's why people eventually make these things, because people do it anyway. But from the stories I hear and different shit, you had to put in work. You couldn't just get free shit for no reason. You always had to do something. Maybe not a lot, but you can contribute. And I was just like, yeah, I think a lot of people wouldn't have survived back then. A lot of people wouldn't have been born back then. It's so funny how the stronger in technology and, the elevation of man to make man's life better, it makes man's life better, but in the overall of it, it really doesn't make life better, I remember when I first started to see the change, without actually being there, because I can't go back 1,000 years. But you can hear what people talk about in stories and fucking movies and other things. Now, no one really fucking knows exactly what was going on to a certain degree, but you do. People write things down. And the level of intelligence of regular people, I don't know. Like they say they were dumb, you know? I would really say it's about the same as now because, except that I would say people are smarter. I won't say that people are not, but it's just what the things that people are smart in. The things they were smart in could save like a whole one dude from back then. 3 or 4 dudes from back then could literally send them in the woods, and then boom, they go start their own fucking anything they want. You know what I'm saying? Dudes could literally start a fucking small, you know, their thing. City. Well, it won't be a city, but you know what I mean. A little village, a couple of bullshits. It'll be the beginning. Because they had so much knowledge. One man knew how to do a lot of things. Just like one woman. I was listening to a joke on the little skits, a little shadow room I be doing, and this guy described a life telling a joke about using juggling. It was so smart. Cause life is a juggling act. He's like, first you're born, and then you learn you gotta get a job. Then he's juggling 2. He said, then you find out you like women. Now he's juggling 3. Then you gotta fucking work. You're juggling 4. You get a kid. You're juggling 5. Now you gotta play doctor. You gotta be a mechanic. You gotta know how to fix up your house. And then he said at the end of it, he said, there's just not enough time. And I said, yo, that is so true. Like, even back then, that's what made the men so, what they talk about, alphas and all of the, you know, strongness. Because it wasn't just about strength. Men knew a lot of different things because you had to, you know. This is the thing that the women used to see what provisions were. When you say a man provides, it wasn't just money, you know. You had to maintain a stable thing, but it's really the knowledge that you had that would used to make a woman choose you, because then you can bind your shit and you make money. So I kind of give men a lot of credit now, you know. Like I said, times change and invention, the modernization of the world kind of pushes other qualities on the men. And it's like, you gotta start learning to feel empathy for people that choose not to serve any purpose but their own. You know? Like for me, being a good person and understanding, helping is not just, it's not just a you thing. It's not just a, oh, I gotta help to get rewards here. Or no. It's just the reality of life, you know? Everything that walks on this earth coexists with other things, and they help each other out. even if they ain't trying to. Their very existence helps out other things. The perfect symbiotic thing I can always go to is the tree and the man. Man breathes carbon dioxide out, and the tree breathes oxygen out. The tree needs your carbon so it can breathe and grow. You need its oxygen so you can breathe and grow, stay alive. And to just have the exact opposite thing of the thing that keeps me alive is only due to the magnificence of the Lord. Only the Lord can, only a creator can think of something like that. Like, the thing that's gonna keep you with breath in your nostrils, you're gonna keep that thing alive. You know? It always made me think, if carbon is what man breathes out, and trees need that, if carbon levels raised, would the trees be better? You know? Would that provide more oxygen because the trees are better? I don't know. Not one of those nature guys. I just hear things. Anyway, I'm starting to, I don't even know how to say it. I'm getting over it though. Irritated is a good word. Being around people that just, I don't know. Like I said it in my other video, I was talking about when people confess their sins to me. Like, after a while, it bothers you. Like, it really does, because it just shows that most people that are doing that, they really believe everyone's like that. It's crazy. Like good, regular, honest people are just, they're out there, there's a lot. But the world isn't ours anymore. I think everyone knows it, you know? All the good, honest people just sit inside and watch this shit going on. Or you're out there, putting in work or something. Either or. But some people just really take advantage. That's a good word. They take advantage of the kindness of others. And it's sad, you know? Like, for all the men that I've met in the last couple of years, and only to see very few even try, but succeed. That's the fucking crazy part. That's what really be baffled my mind, but I understand how hard it is in this world, really. Like, getting a job and keeping a job, and this shit is not easy. It's really not. And unless you have, the harder it is. You know? The less people you know that can vouch for you. If you're not in the cool kids club, or if you're not cousins to the cool kids club, or you're not friends with somebody that's friends with the cool kids club, then you're just a fucking outsider. No matter what race, no matter what town, area. It could be a little different around the other side of the world. I haven't been over there, but as of the East Coast and meeting so many people from so many different places, that's why I'm like, nah, it's the same everywhere you go in the world. It's just different languages and people that look different. Maybe a little similar. Little differences here and there, but nah, it's the same thing. And it's like really, it's actually sad because, one, when you meet able-bodied people, you know, they may not be, they're not going to be the hardest workers. You know what I mean? But that's the drugs or the laziness. Those things can be changed, you know? A person that doesn't work hard, it's not always just because they don't work hard. You should see some of these people when it comes to scheming and the things that people like, yo, bro, I watched this woman for fucking 2 years. I don't know if they were paying her or giving her free drugs. All these recordings that have her going fucking nuts. You would think I attacked this woman or spoke to this woman. Did you never see videos of me and this woman arguing? Get it? When you ignore somebody that hard, you know they're getting paid off. And the fucking relentless pursuit. I've literally watched this woman go from 24 hours straight. 24 hours straight. Going nuts in there, talking to either whoever, nobody, blasting the music, shaking the whole fucking building, just going and going, a whole 2, 3, 4 fucking days. Stop for like an hour or two or some shit, and just get right back at it. And I was like, yo. If you only knew what you could do with that kind of power. You know? You could work for 3 days straight. And instead, you'll take fucking a 3-day junkie binge. Putting out all your energy, fucking dancing and fucking and sucking and chilling and having an argument with yourself and then argue with nobody and argue with somebody on the phone and try to fucking trump me off, screaming through the doorways, walking back and forth in the hallways, get yourself so tired. Like, she ran for months, she ran her body down to where like, and I'm watching this shit, listening every day, thinking in my mind, like, yo, you would think they're giving her $1 million or something. The little bit of scraps. And I watch these people all my life. They think they're getting over. This is what made me change my life because I estimated it. I said, yo, for all the scheming I do to get this and do that and go talk to this person, I gotta beg off this person, I gotta save this money, and then I gotta go do this. I said, yo, that's a lot of energy. I said, how much energy would you be putting out if you just had a regular job? How many times do you have to do this and then you have to go fucking put your head down because you gotta go to the store for niggas. You don't feel good because you always gotta ask, you know? That's why I be mad. And people never understand where my fury comes from. It's because I used to be one of you. I know what it's like to have the exact mentality of people should just give me shit because I'm poor and fucking this is what I was taught. Make people feel sorry for me. Woe is me. I know exactly what that's like. I know what that's like. And I have to really get over it and say nobody owes you anything. What do